Welcome to the Highlighted Pages channel. Today, we will dive into the fascinating world of literature and pay tribute to some of the greatest female authors and writers of all time. In this video, we will explore the powerful voices, captivating stories, and invaluable contributions of these talented women who have left an unforgettable mark on literature. Let's get started. Throughout the centuries, women have been carving their space in writing, challenging social norms and breaking barriers. Their words have the power to enchant, inspire, move, and transform lives. Through their works, they explore profound themes, present unique perspectives, and give voice to complex and empowered characters. On this journey, we will get to know authors who have addressed social issues, fought for gender equality, delved into human psychology, defied conventions, and shattered stereotypes. We will immerse ourselves in captivating novels, breathtaking poetry, fascinating tales, and works that transcend time and space. Get ready to fall in love with the words of great authors such as Jane Austen, Virginia Woolf, Emily Bronte, Margaret Atwood, J.K. Rowling, and many others. Discover their life stories, literary styles, and the powerful messages they conveyed through their works. Number 11. Toni Morrison. To begin our list with the renowned American writer and literary critic, known for her powerful narratives that explore issues of race, identity, memory, and social justice, we have Toni Morrison. Born on February 18, 1931, in Lorain, Ohio, Morrison left a lasting legacy as one of the most influential female authors of the 20th century. Her literary career took off right from the start with the release of the novel The Bluest Eye in 1970. In this work, Morrison addresses the difficult experience of a young African-American girl struggling against society's beauty standards. The book is characterized by poetic prose, psychological depth, and a courageous approach to racial and social themes. In 1973, Morrison published Sula, a story about friendship and rivalry between two black women over several decades. The novel received critical acclaim and solidified Morrison's position as a talented and daring writer. She continued to explore complex themes in later works such as Song of Solomon, 1977, and Beloved, 1987, the latter of which won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1988. Beloved is considered one of her masterpieces and is widely acclaimed as one of the most important novels in contemporary American literature. Based on real events, the book tells the story of a former slave named Sed and the emotional and psychological consequences of her quest for freedom. Her unique literary style and ability to delve into the complexities of the African-American experience earned Morrison numerous awards and honors, including the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1993. Toni Morrison passed away in 2019, leaving a lasting legacy and a rich contribution to women's literature and the struggle for civil rights. Her works continue to be celebrated and studied worldwide, making a profound impact on contemporary literature. Number 10. Margaret Atwood. Margaret Eleanor Atwood is a Canadian writer, novelist, poet, short story writer, essayist, and internationally recognized literary critic. Having received numerous important literary awards, she has been honored with the Order of Canada, the highest distinction in her country. Born on November 18, 1939, in Ottawa, Atwood is known for her versatile, insightful, and thought-provoking writing, exploring themes such as feminism, politics, identity, and the environment. Atwood's literary career began in the 1960s with the release of her first novel, The Edible Woman, in 1969. The book addresses issues of female identity and critiques consumer society. Since then, she has produced a vast and impressive collection of works, including novels, poetry, short stories, and essays. One of Atwood's most famous works is The Handmaid's Tale, published in 1985. Set in a dark and oppressive dystopia, the book depicts a future where women are subjugated and reduced to reproductive roles. The Handmaid's Tale has gained worldwide acclaim and has been adapted into a television series, reaching a new audience and becoming a symbol of feminist struggle. Another notable work by Atwood is Alias Grace, published in 1996. Based on real events, the book tells the story of Grace Marks, a domestic servant convicted of murder in the 19th century. Atwood combines historical elements with fiction to create a compelling and intriguing narrative about crime, identity, and power. Margaret Atwood continues to be an important figure in women's literature and an icon of literary feminism. Her influence and legacy are evident not only in her extensive body of work, but also in the new generations of women writers. Number 9. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, one of the most important young successful authors, attracting a new generation of readers. Nigerian writer Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie appears in our 9th position for her powerful and highly influential works today. Adichie's literary career began with the release of her first novel, Purple Hibiscus, in 2003. The book tells the story of a young girl named Kambili, who grows up in a family dominated by a religious and abusive father. Purple Hibiscus was critically acclaimed and received several awards, showcasing Adichie's talent in addressing complex issues of identity, religion, and politics. In 2006, she published the novel Half of a Yellow Sun, set during the Nigerian Civil War in the 1960s. The book won the Orange Prize for Fiction in 2007 and established Adichie as one of the leading writers of her generation. With a compelling narrative and deeply human characters, Half of a Yellow Sun explores the devastating effects of war and the complexities of interpersonal relationships. In 2013, Adichie released Americana, a novel that tackles themes of race, identity, and intercultural love. The book follows the story of Ifemelu, a young Nigerian woman who goes to the United States in search of education and faces challenges related to her identity and immigrant experience. Americana received widespread critical acclaim and was selected as one of the top 10 books of the year by the New York Times Book Review. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is an unmatched literary force whose works transcend cultural boundaries and invite us to reflect on profound contemporary issues. If you haven't yet discovered her, it's definitely worth checking out. Number 8. Alice Walker. Her powerful literary works and tireless advocacy for civil rights and gender issues have made Alice Walker one of the most celebrated contemporary authors in world literature. Known for her unique writing style and courageous approach to themes such as racism, feminism, identity, and spirituality, Walker's literary career gained prominence with the release of her most famous novel, The Color Purple, in 1982. The book tells the story of Sally, a black woman who faces abuse and discrimination in 20th century American society. The Color Purple received the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction and has become a modern classic, adapted into a successful film directed by Steven Spielberg. In addition to novels, Walker is also known for her collections of short stories, essays, and poetry. Her literary style is characterized by poetic prose, rich in vivid imagery, and authentic dialogue. Among her most significant works are Meridian, 1976, The Temple of My Familiar, 1989, and Possessing the Secret of Joy, 1992. In each of these works, Walker delves into the complexities of human relationships, historical legacies, and the quest for personal and collective freedom. Alice Walker's career is a testament to the power of literature to promote empathy, understanding, and social change. Her works continue to inspire readers and writers, resonating with people from all backgrounds and cultures. Alice Walker is a true trailblazer and one of the great female literary voices of our time. Number 7. Harper Lee, winner of the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1961 for her work of fiction To Kill a Mockingbird. Nell Harper Lee undoubtedly has her reserved place here on our list. And it couldn't be otherwise. Born on April 28, 1926, in Monroeville, Alabama, Harper Lee had a remarkable and eternally impactful literary career, despite publishing only one novel during her lifetime. To Kill a Mockingbird is a critically acclaimed masterpiece that has become one of the most important and influential novels in 20th century American literature. Set in the 1930s, the book addresses issues such as racism, injustice, and the loss of innocence through the perspective of Scout Finch, a young girl who witnesses the trial of a black man falsely accused of rape. The story was adapted into an equally acclaimed film in 1962, starring Gregory Peck. Despite the enormous success of To Kill a Mockingbird, Harper Lee chose to step away from the spotlight in the literary world after the book's publication. She maintained a reclusive life and avoided interviews and public appearances. For decades, there was speculation about the possibility of her having other unpublished writings until 2015, when a second novel authored by her was released, titled Go Set a Watchman. Harper Lee's contribution to American literature is undeniable. Her narrative talent, sensitive approach to racial and social issues, and ability to capture the essence of childhood and the struggle for justice have left a lasting legacy. To Kill a Mockingbird is widely studied in schools and continues to be a relevant and impactful read to this day. Undoubtedly, Harper Lee's powerful writing and courage in addressing difficult themes make her one of the greatest female authors in the history of American literature. Number 6. Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, whose birth name was Marguerite Annie Johnson, was an American writer, poet, activist, and performing artist. She was born on April 4, 1928, in St. Louis, Missouri, and became one of the most renowned and influential female authors of the 20th century. Maya Angelou's career was marked by a remarkable variety of literary and artistic achievements. She was recognized for her poetry, autobiographies, plays, screenplays, and essays, addressing themes such as race, identity, female empowerment, resilience, and social justice. One of her most well-known and acclaimed works is the autobiography I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, published in 1969. In this book, Maya Angelou recounts her childhood and adolescence, exploring issues such as racism, sexual abuse, resilience, and the discovery of her own voice and power. Throughout her career, Maya Angelou received numerous awards and honors for her literary work and activism, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom, one of the highest civilian awards in the United States. Her poetry and writing were widely celebrated for their powerful language, vivid imagery, and emotional depth. Other notable works by Maya Angelou include Gather Together in My Name, Singin' and Swingin' and Gettin' Merry Like Christmas, The Heart of a Woman, A Song Flung Up to Heaven, and Mom and Me and Mom. Her poetry, such as Still I Rise and Phenomenal Woman, has become iconic and continues to inspire and resonate with people around the world. Maya Angelou passed away on May 28, 2014, leaving behind a legacy of powerful words, courage, and perseverance. Her contribution to literature and her fight for human rights make her one of the greatest female authors of all time, whose voice continues to resonate and inspire generations of readers and activists. Number 5. J.K. Rowling. In the 5th position on our list, we have the renowned and acclaimed British author known primarily for her series of books, Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling. Born in 1965 in Yate, England, J.K. Rowling began her literary career with unprecedented success. Rowling achieved worldwide fame with the release of the first book in the series, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, in 1997. The story of a young wizard named Harry Potter and his adventures at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry captured the imaginations of readers of all ages. Throughout the 7 books in the series, Rowling created a rich magical universe with captivating characters, complex plots, and a unique blend of fantasy and reality. The Harry Potter series became a literary phenomenon, with each book breaking sales records and gaining a devoted fan base worldwide. The series has sold over 500 million copies worldwide, translated into more than 80 languages, making it one of the most significant series in the history of literature. Furthermore, Harry Potter revitalized the children's and young adult book market, attracting a new generation of readers and igniting an interest in reading. The series was praised for its engaging narrative, compelling characters, and universal themes such as friendship, courage, and the power of love. The series is a remarkable example of how literature can transcend boundaries and touch the hearts of millions of people worldwide. Its enduring influence on popular culture and its ability to bring people together through a love for books are testaments to its extraordinary success. In addition to Harry Potter, Rowling has also written other books related to the magical universe, such as Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and Quidditch Through the Ages. These works expand on the world created in Harry Potter, offering fans more information about magical creatures and the sport of Quidditch. For all these reasons, it is no wonder that Rowling is considered one of the most influential and successful authors of all time. Number 4. Agatha Christie. Another eternal and legendary British writer, Agatha Christie, known as the Queen of Crime. Her career and works are remarkable and have been a major influence in the suspense and mystery genre to this day. Born on September 15, 1890, in Torquay, England, Agatha Christie demonstrated talent for writing and an interest in mystery and puzzle solving from a young age. Her first novel, The Mysterious Affair at Styles, was published in 1920 and introduced the famous detective Hercule Poirot, who became one of her most iconic characters. Throughout her career, Agatha Christie wrote over 80 novels and short story collections, creating unforgettable characters and intricate plots that captured the imagination of readers around the world. Among her notable works are Murder on the Orient Express, 1934, and Then There Were None, 1939, and The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, 1926, among many others. With this highly impactful trajectory, Agatha Christie is the best-selling author of all time, with over 2 billion copies of her books sold worldwide. Her ability to craft intelligent plots, captivating characters, and surprising twists has made her one of the most influential and popular writers of the 20th century, leaving behind a lasting and brilliant legacy in the world of literature. Number 3. Bronnie Sisters. In third place on our list of best female authors is not just one person, but a family immortalized in world literature, the Bronnie Sisters. The Bronnie Sisters were a group of 19th-century English writers who made a significant impact on history. Each of them contributed unique and distinct works characterized by a realistic and emotionally intense approach, exploring themes such as love, passion, morality, and the role of women in Victorian society. Their novels challenged social conventions of the time and offered unique perspectives on the human condition. Starting with the eldest sister, Charlotte Brontë. Born in 1816 in Thornton, England, she served as the main reference for her sisters and displayed early writing talent. Charlotte began her literary career in collaboration with her sisters, creating stories and poems set in an imaginary world called Gondal. In 1846, Charlotte published her first novel, The Professor. However, it was with the publication of Jane Eyre in 1847 that Charlotte achieved great recognition and literary success. The novel received critical and commercial acclaim, establishing her as one of the leading authors of the time. Jane Eyre is considered Charlotte Brontë's masterpiece. It tells the story of Jane Eyre, a young orphan who becomes a governess at Thornfield Hall, where she falls in love with the mysterious Mr. Rochester. The book addresses themes of love, morality, self-discovery, and the female struggle for independence, solidifying Charlotte's place as one of the greatest female authors of all time. The other sister, Emily Brontë, was born in 1818 and was known for being reclusive and reserved. Her enigmatic personality and passion for nature strongly influenced her works, such as Wuthering Heights, published in 1847. The story is set in the bleak landscape of Yorkshire and revolves around the complex and intense relationships among the characters Heathcliff, Catherine Earnshaw, and their families. Wuthering Heights defies social conventions and explores themes of love, revenge, human nature, and duality. Her work had a significant impact on literature. Wuthering Heights was initially met with mixed opinions, but over the years, its reputation grew, and the work is now widely regarded as a classic. The intense writing, psychological depth of the characters, and vivid portrayal of emotions continue to captivate readers to this day. And lastly, the youngest sister, Anne Brontë. Born in 1820, Anne was influenced by the personal experiences and challenges faced by her sisters. Her writing addressed social issues, feminism, and complex interpersonal relationships. Despite her short life, Anne left a significant legacy with her works that fearlessly explored social and feminine issues. The Tenant of Wildfell Hall, published in 1848, is considered Anne Brontë masterpiece. The novel tackles controversial topics such as alcoholism, domestic violence, and the role of women in Victorian society. The story follows the life of Helen Graham, a woman seeking to escape an unhappy marriage and start anew in a new place. Anne Brontë had a more realistic and objective writing style compared to her sisters, with a direct approach to social issues. Her works were considered bold and provocative for the time, questioning social norms and exploring the lives of women in a patriarchal society. If you haven't yet delved into the works of the Bronte sisters, it can be said that you are missing out. Number 2. Virginia Woolf. In the second position on our list, we have one of the leading voices of 20th century literary modernism, Virginia Woolf. Born in January 1882 in London, Virginia grew up in an intellectual family and had privileged access to education from early childhood. In 1917, along with her husband Leonard Woolf, she founded the Hogarth Press, a publishing house that became known for releasing avant-garde works and experimental literature. Since then, her career and works have profoundly influenced literature and the feminist movement. Virginia Woolf wrote novels, essays, short stories, and plays, exploring themes such as female identity, the experience of modern life, and psychological consciousness. Her innovative writing and exploration of consciousness and subjectivity have influenced generations of writers. She was one of the first to address gender issues and to delve into the female experience in a deeply introspective manner. Her works also contributed to the deconstruction of traditional narrative structures, employing techniques such as stream of consciousness to represent the complexity of the human mind. Her most notable work, the novel Mrs. Dalloway, published in 1925, stands as one of the greatest examples of interior monologues created to this day. The story takes place in a single day in the life of Clarissa Dalloway, a woman from London's high society, and explores her struggle against social oppression and her quest for identity and meaning. She was praised for her innovative narrative, which incorporates a stream of consciousness, allowing readers to delve into the minds of the characters. Another one of her greatest works, To the Lighthouse from 1927, is also considered a literary revolution for its profound reflection on the passage of time, the perception of reality, and the complexities of human relationships. The narrative is structured into 3 sections, reflecting the past, the present, and the future. Virginia Woolf left a lasting legacy in literature, challenging literary conventions and addressing social and gender issues with a unique sensitivity. Her writing continues to inspire and intrigue readers worldwide, and her works are regarded as classics of modern literature. Number 1. Jane Austen. In the very first position, we have the renowned 19th century English writer, known for her comedy of manners novels that explored the lives of the middle and upper classes of the time, Jane Austen. Jane's literary career is marked by her ability to portray social relations, customs, and values of Regency-era society in Britain. Her works are appreciated to this day for their wit, irony, and psychological depth. From a young age, Jane Austen demonstrated a talent for writing and developed stories and plays together with her family. She began her literary career in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, a time when women's literature was often undervalued. Jane Austen wrote anonymously, and her early works were published privately. During her lifetime, Austen did not achieve great commercial success. However, after her death, the posthumous publication of her works and critical recognition resulted in an exponential increase in her popularity. Among her major works, the most famous is Pride and Prejudice, published in 1813. The novel addresses issues of social class, marriage for convenience, and the overcoming of prejudices, themes considered highly controversial at the time, making Jane a true leader of the feminist revolution in the history of literature. The plot unfolds in rural 19th century England and follows the story of the protagonist, Elizabeth Bennet, an intelligent, independent woman with a strong personality. Elizabeth and her 4 sisters face the social expectations of finding a suitable husband. The novel primarily focuses on the complex relationship between Elizabeth and Fitzwilliam Darcy, a wealthy and proud man who initially rouses feelings of prejudice in the protagonist. Furthermore, Jane also wrote other novels that have become etched in history, such as Sense and Sensibility from 1811, Emma from 1815, and Persuasion published in 1817. Despite her delayed success, Jane Austen is now regarded as one of the greatest authors in English literature, and her legacy endures. Her ability to portray the complexities of social relationships and her memorable characters have secured her place among the best female writers in history. Did you enjoy the list? Comment on the video about which authors are your greatest inspirations. We know that each of these women left a lasting legacy in literature, challenging conventions and paving the way for future generations. These authors have gifted us with powerful stories, captivating characters, and messages that resonate beyond time. They have transported us to fascinating worlds, made us reflect on social and human issues, and moved us with their masterful writing. May this video have sparked in you curiosity and a desire to explore even more the works of these great authors. Remember that literature is a vast universe, filled with powerful female voices and inspiring stories. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and share to further inspire women's literature. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.